Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me? If so, please let me know. Can you? I'm just going to put that note in there. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to my channel. This is Universal Tea with Marie. Today, I am on with my avatar because, guys, it's so hot outside until I just don't have any clothes on, okay? I have on like one of the sports bras and some little what do you call them? Boy shorts, okay? And I'm not feeling like putting on any clothes. Hey, Monique, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me. I'm actually going to do this girl talk while I'm cooking, if you don't mind. I know you guys want to see me cook, but again, guys, it's hot, and I just can't afford to put on anything. However, I did want to come on today to talk about infections or different types of infections and how you can if you can recognize if they're an actual yeast infection or something that's transmitted. Agree? So again, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe. Please like this video. I hope you guys will like it, okay? Again, ladies, you all know we take care of our bodies, right? Especially our what? Private areas. Hi, Don, how are you? Our private areas, okay? Let me ask you this. When you were in school, talking to the women of age, as they want to put it, or maybe 30 and up, when you were in school, did you go on a field trip to the clinic in high school where they initiated a field trip to take you to the free clinic to get you your first Pap smear, possibly birth control, and just check your body to make sure everything's kosher there, to check you for different type of cancers or anything like that. Did your school take you on a field trip? If so, put a lip gloss in the chat if you've been to the free clinic in school, because that was where I first got my first Pap smear at, guys, is in school, high school. I was a virgin. I was still a virgin. And I didn't know what a Pap smear was until they explained it to me. I was actually afraid to take a Pap smear because I was like, oh my God, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But, for what the nurse told us at school, we had to take this. So I went ahead and let the school take me to the free clinic. And there they initiated a Pap smear. They gave me birth control. They told us how to check our bodies. Hey, Junebug, And the reason why I'm talking to grown women about this, right? I know you all know about different types of infections and things of that nature. However, nowadays, statistics show that a lot of women, as soon as they get like a little tingle there or a little itch there, the first thing they say is, I have a yeast infection, right? A lot of women think they have a yeast infection. And young girls think they have a yeast. They just assume they have a yeast infection, but it can be other types of infections. It honestly can. So that's the reason why I'm coming on live today, to kind of talk about that, touch on it, to let, if there are some young women on my channel today, that, hey, every time you feel a little tingle there or an itch, or you're getting a discharge or anything, it's not always a yeast infection, ladies. It's not always a yeast infection. Hi, Caramel. So I wanted to just come in again to just kind of touch on that. Let's see. Let me go to the information that I have. Okay. Like I said, a lot of you women do know about this, or some women don't know about this. Some younger women don't know about this, as far as knowing whether or not they have a yeast infection or some other type of infection. And I'm going to tell you now, if you are sexually active and you're not using protection, and you do see some type of discharge there, and you do feel a little tingle there, what does that mean? You need to go to the doctor. You don't need to you don't need to run to the store for Monistat thinking that it's a yeast infection when it could be something else, right? If you are sexually active and you're not using protection, and you do feel something there, or you are receiving a discharge, then you need to what? Go to the doctor. That's the first thing you need to do. Not run and get Monistat as if it's a yeast infection, because it could be something transmittal, correct? It could be something transmittal. Let me go to the information I have here. One second. The first thing a lot of women like to do is run to the Walgreens, the nearest pharmacy, to get what? Yeast infection medicine, Monistat, and the 1-day pill, But again, if you are sexually active, you're not used to protect, you need to go to the doctor. That's just on period, okay? And I just basically want to talk about the basic infections that you can receive, ladies. You know, it's not your fault. Most of the time, it's not your fault. You know, you probably are not being, most likely you're not being promiscuous or anything. It's just that you trust your partner, right? You trust your partner. So you feel that, oh, he's not cheating on me. However, you are itching and burning, okay? You're itching and burning and you're having a discharge and you're wondering, oh, why? But the first thing you want to do as a woman is what? Run to the store and get Monistat. That's not how it goes. Okay? So let's start. It says common types of vaginal infections, guys. It says burning, itchy, and an unpleasant odor are just some of the common symptoms of vaginal infections, but treatments vary by condition. So it's important to know which type of vaginal infection you have. You heard that? It's very important to know exactly what you have. You can run to the store and get Monistat all day long. However, if it is something that's transmittable, guess what? Monistat is not going to help that, guys. It says if you have a persistent vaginal symptom, if you're having persistent vaginal symptoms, get tested by a doctor so you can get the treatment right, so you can get the correct treatment. Don't run to the Walgreens and say, hey, I need Monistat. I'm gonna continuously elaborate on that because a lot of women do. Let me look at the 1 second here. So I have my son here, my family here, and you know, they have a big mouth. Let's see who's in here before we get into it, deep into it. Hi, Caramel. Hi, Junebug. Hi, Don. Hi, E. Monique. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. And some people may be kind of embarrassed to get on this live. I don't see why, because if you're a woman, you want to make sure that your body is what? In check. You want to make sure that your body's in check. Okay. So let's go to the next section. It says here, vaginal infections and vaginitis or inflammation of the vagina are very common. So much so that most women will experience one or the other and likely both during their lifetime. It says it's so common that you receive one or the other in your lifetime. So please don't be embarrassed or don't be ashamed. You have to check your body. And we have to get these annual Pap smears. However, you notice that with Pap smears, they are not doing them annually anymore. They're doing them like every 2 to 3 years. Did y'all know that? Put a lip gloss in the chat if you knew that Pap smears are not required annually anymore, that they've increased the time frame of which you need to go in to get a Pap smear. Put a lip gloss in the chat. It says here, symptoms of either vaginal infections or vaginitis may include vaginal discharge, itching, burning, pain, and a strong odor. Women of age, we know that as soon as you smell something, there is a problem, right? There's a problem. It's not a yeast infection most times, guys. If you're experiencing some type of odor there, it is not a yeast infection most times, okay? It's not. So therefore, you need to go where? To the doctor. Let me double check to make sure there's not any questions. Hi, Sasha Land. How are you? Right. one. Great. Let's keep it moving here. It says, while some vaginal infections are caused by sexually transmitted diseases, other very common ones are not. Okay? The common ones are not. But they said, while most vaginal infections are caused by sexually transmitted diseases. Again, if you're sexually active without protection, there's a chance you can get this, guys. There's just a chance, period. Okay, it says here, I just want to touch on one more thing here, guys. When they say about, when I express that if there's an odor, there may be some type of infection there, most likely transmittal, that is not the case. That is not the issue in all cases, okay? That is not the issue in all cases, because you know what? I have a girlfriend. Her husband told her, hey, you need to go to the doctor. You have an odor there. I know she was embarrassed, but she went out having what? But to the doctor, right? I went with her. When we got to the clinic, guys, I actually sat in the room with her as she took her Pap smear, okay? I was sitting far across the room, though. I was not right up under her while she was taking the Pap smear, but I was there, okay? The doctor, the gynecologist, initiated a Pap smear to go in there to see what's going on, right? Guess what, guys? What did he find there? Let me see if anyone's got to guess it. What did he find in her when he opened her up to see what was going on with the odor? What did he find? Let me get back to the comments. What did he find, guys? When he went in there to look and see what's going on with her, what did he find? Anybody knows? Anybody can take a guess. What did he find? Anybody? Anybody? Monique is correct, and Junebug are correct. They're both correct. He found a tampon. Thank you, Sasha Land. He had a tampon. He found a tampon. And precious teasers. That tampon, when he brought it out, the whole room smelled like what? Hell, right? I was like, damn. The whole room smelled like hell. The tampon, guys, was black when he brought out her. So that what does that mean? It's been there for a while, right? It's been there for a while. You know, tampons, it says it on the back of the box that you can get something called toxic shock syndrome. And it's deadly. Toxic shock syndrome is deadly. So, guys, you know, you got to kind of remember if you are using tampons, please remember to pull it out. Please know that you put one in there before you decided to put another one in there. Yes, a tampon. It was black as tar, guys. That's on the street. And it stunk. If that's a word, it stunk the whole room up, okay? The nurse had it. We all had to put on masks. That's how bad it smelled. Her husband was right. He was like, damn, you know, something going on. You need to go to the doctor. And when she got there, that was the problem. They did test her for other infections. She did not have another infection. It was just that tampon lighting it up. Okay? It was just that tampon. So guys, remember, if you're using a tampon, just remember, you already know that you put one in before you decide to, you know, put another one in there. If you don't see it, that means guess what? It's still there. Find it. Find it, honeys. Let's keep going with the information. It's interesting, right? Okay. It says here, some women seem to be more prone to vaginal infections than others for reasons that are not entirely obvious, says Dr. Gregory Moore, okay? Let me go down here. It said, what upsets the normal vaginal ecosystem, It says douching or rinsing the vagina with water or other liquids. Do y'all hear that? Douching or rinsing the vagina with water or other liquids. Some women think that you need to douche, okay? Really, you're not supposed to douche. Who knows that? Put a lip gloss in the chat. If you know that you're not supposed to douche, put a lip gloss in the chat if you know that you're not supposed to douche. I want to see the reactions. Put a lip gloss in the chat if you know you're not supposed to douche, period. Jumbo says, I wonder if she was not smelling herself too. She probably was. Because if someone else was smelling, guess what? You can smell it, ma'am. Right or wrong. You can smell it. The lip gloss in the chat. If you know you are not supposed to douche. And put a 1 in the chat if you didn't know that. Just put a 0 in the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead and put a 0 in the chat if you did not know you're not supposed to douche. Put a lip gloss in the chat if you know, or 1 that you know you're supposed to douche, that you're not supposed to douche. I'm seasoning the steaks now, guys. My kids are here and I'm cooking for them. The body cleanses itself. Absolutely, Junebug. The body cleanses itself. Some women, when I was younger, I actually thought you were supposed to douche. But again, guys, during my childhood, I had to pretty much learn everything by myself. But I thought that you were supposed to douche when I was younger. Thank God everything's good now, you know. I really did. Caramel said she didn't know that. Yeah, Caramel, you're not supposed to douche. You are not. It will light your stuff up. And it will dry your stuff out as well. Right, ladies? It will dry your stuff out as well. I'm glad somebody didn't know. Let's keep it moving. The next thing that will upset your normal vaginal ecosystem is female hormone levels. Female hormone levels. So, ladies, if you're having some, you know, if you're going through the change, as we put it, the change, having hot flashes and things of that nature, that can affect it as well. The next one says taking antibiotics. Ladies, antibiotics is not for everything. Folks have a tendency to just run to take antibiotics for everything. I got a cold, antibiotic. My eyes blank wrong. I need antibiotics. My finger hurt. I need antibiotics. No, you are not supposed to use antibiotics unless they are truly necessary, which is for an infection, not a common cold, guys. That was a part of my mother passing away because she constantly used antibiotics for everything before she got sick. Everything. And guess what? She caught the superbug. Superbug. Who's heard of superbug? Superbug is when you take so many antibiotics during your lifetime. Just take antibiotics for the hell of it. Then when it comes down to you really having an infection, guess what? They won't work because the body is immune to them pretty much. Let me take a look at the chat. Sasha's Jumba says, I douche. I understand some people do. Some people do douche. But it does, your body does clean itself. It does. Sasha may say, have you ever seen those bread bags with the nozzle? Yes, my mother had one back in the day. My mother had one, Sasha. Absolutely. And my mother did douche, and she did pick animals, guys. I'm just saying she did. She used animals to clean her body out. She did. But she did douche. She did. She had that. My mother's was like a nude looking pinkish nude color, Sasha Lynn. The women used vinegar and water. Yes, they did. However, that vinegar and water, it can kind of tear you up in the inside. It can dry you out in the inside. It can. You want your body to be, moist and, clean and warm. And, that's what the menstruation is for. To clean your body out. Hi, Vicky, how are you? It's to clean your body out. That's what it does. So why dish stick vinegar and water? Just imagine what vinegar does. You know how strong vinegar is? Now, I did see a couple of ads where I did see a couple of articles where the doctors would say, if you're going to douche, yes, Massengill is correct, Caramel. That was the most popular one, Massengill. But the doctors have said, if you do douche, it's okay to use peroxide. I've never done it. I've never used peroxide. If anyone in the chat has used peroxide in douche, put a lip gloss in the chat because I've never done it, But that's what the doctors are saying. Jumba said, I meant to say I douched when younger. Yes, before I knew better. Absolutely, Jumba, I did as well. I douched before having my little thing going on, and I douched afterwards, thinking that, that's going to clean me. It's going to be right. But guess what? The man is satisfied, but not that satisfied because you're so dry in the inside, right? Your body is dry, right? Let's keep it moving to the next. I wanted to bring this to y'all attention because some young women that's possibly watching my channel didn't know this. And I did not know, same as Jim, but I did not know. I had no idea that you're not supposed to do it. I just watched my mother do it. Okay. The next one says pregnancy and breastfeeding. That can affect that area, your private area. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. Okay. Yes, pregnancy can give you a what? Yeast infection, right or wrong? How many of y'all had a yeast infection when you were pregnant? Yeast infection comes up on you while you're pregnant, as well as hemorrhoids, unfortunately. Thank God I didn't have that either. But the point is, some women have that. Those are the symptoms some women have. Yeast infections while they're pregnant, right or wrong? The next one says vaginal intercourse. Vaginal intercourse can affect your private area. Again, we're not sure if it's something transmittal that can come up that has, affected your vagina area, or if it's something, a basic yeast infection, a basic yeast infection. The next one says, while not all of these can be avoided, douching is unnecessary and potentially harmful, guys. Do y'all see that? While not all of these can be avoided, douching is unnecessary and potentially harmful. So, guys, if you are douching, Caramel or anyone else, hey, you may need to stop. Unless the doctor's asking you to do that. You may need to stop because your body as a woman should be cleaning itself. And that's on period. Let me take a look at the chat. Right now, everyone's speaking to each other. Happy Saturday, everyone. Massengill was the most popular, excuse me. Gosh, that season is getting in my throat. Hang on, Tony season, guys. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. If you have any questions, please ask. Because again, they just told us at the very bottom here that douching is unnecessary and is potentially harmful to the body. So ladies, if you are douching, try to stop douching because your body's automatically going to clean itself. However, if you are douching because you are having a discharge or something like that, then you need to go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor. There's something behind it. Your body doesn't do anything for nothing. Something for nothing. You don't itch for nothing, right? You don't have a headache for nothing. It's something that is causing this, okay? It says here, the most common types of vaginal infections. I really wanted to bring this to y'all attention. It says there are 3 very common types of vaginal infections, says Dr. Cynthia Cross, okay? Assistant clinical professional of optical, blah, 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 okay? She said yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, and trichomoniasis are a sexually transmitted infection. So you have a yeast infection that's not sexually transmitted, and then you have the bacterial vaginosis, and then you have the trichomoniasis, right? Those are the 3 most common infections that women are getting today. So let's start with the yeast infection. Let me go to chat here and make sure there's no questions. Hi, Mimi Twin. Hello there. She said, I used Massengill when I was younger too. Right, Sasha Lynn? We all used Massengill probably when we were young, if we didn't have parents to teach us, because my mother couldn't teach me because she was out there. So, and I was out there alone. And so I had no one to teach me. I just knew that she dushed. So therefore, I started to dush. Okay. She said, I would use after my cycle. Absolutely. Because, after the cycle, but that's what the cycle's for, Sasha Lynn. It's to help you help cleanse your body. That's what it's for. It's cleansing your body. Let's get to the yeast infection. It says the most common type of vaginitis, a yeast infection, is caused by one of the many types of fungus known as Candida, according to Dr. Cross. There are many species of yeast or Candida. Candida, albicans is the most common. It says normally Candida live harmlessly in your body in small numbers, including in the vagina. But under certain conditions, an overgrowth of Candida can occur, causing a vaginal infection. Those conditions might include hormone level changes due to pregnancy, birth control pills, or menstruation. Some other conditions that raise the risk of vaginal yeast infections include having frequent or chronic high blood pressure, sugar, having lowered immunity because of a medical condition, such as another immune disease that I cannot say the name of. That can cause it too. My sugar, sugar can cause it. I recall my mother having a very bad fungus infection there. And it was so bad that my mother had to use the gynolotrin, the stuff for foot fungus, because she actually caught a fungus there. Instead of just a basic yeast infection, it was an actual fungus. And they could not treat it, but with that, the stuff for men's feet, when they have this fungus and their feet smell or whatever, that's what she had to use. It was that bad because of her sugar, her diabetes. Let me see what you guys are saying. Summer's Eve, that's right, Summer's Eve. That's right. June Buzz says, was year infection treatment, e.g., monostat, messenger, always OTC, or did you need a RX before? For a yeast infection, back in the day, we did need a prescription. Right or wrong, ladies, we needed a prescription for yeast infections back in the day. We sure did. We need a prescription. But nowadays, you can just walk into the pharmacy and buy it. But back in the day, you had to go get checked just to get yeast infection medication, okay? I haven't used it in a long time, but I tell you what, when I was pregnant, I had hell when I was pregnant. Hell. Okay? Any other questions before we move on? So basically, they're saying that an overgrowth occurs in the body, therefore, in the vagina area, that would cause you to have a yeast infection. Okay. On to the next. It says here, the symptoms of vaginal yeast infection include a thick white discharge that some women describe as resembling cottage cheese. Yeast infections also cause vaginal itching and redness of the vulva, which is the lips of the sternal female genital area and vagina. So for yeast infection, the symptoms are thick white discharge, known as, and some women refer to it as cottage cheese. Those are the symptoms for a yeast infection. Now, it doesn't say anything about a smell, does it? It does not say anything about a smell. It just says that there's a discharge, a white discharge looking like cottage cheese for a yeast infection. Let's move on to the next one. It says bacterial vaginosis. It says, along with yeast, friendly bacteria called lactobacilli, okay? Lactobacilli or lactobacilli. I'm hoping it's lactobacilli. Lives in the vagina. When the number of lactobacilli gets too low, it can trigger a condition called bacterial vaginosis, which is BV. Who's heard of BV? Put a lip gloss in the chat if you heard of BV. I have heard of BV. And I've seen online where they have different type of treatments, natural treatments opposed to medication that will help with BV. One of them is known as, what is the name of that stuff that you use to kill insects with? I'm going to get it for you, okay? But I was like, wow, they're using that now. They say it's natural, so that's what helped them opposed to using medication. Okay. It says here, why bacterial levels change is unknown, but the normal lactobacilli, the lactobacilli can be replaced by other infection-causing bacteria. It says here, Gonorrhea is the bacteria most often associated with bacterial vaginosis. Cross says it is the lack of lactobacilli and overgrowth with these other bacteria that cause the symptoms of an infection. So it's the Gonorrhea, and along with this lacto B, when it's combined, it causes the BV. It says with bacterial vaginosis, a woman can see a thick or whitish discharge or one that is slippery and clear. It is not likely to burn or itch. A fishy odor may be noticeable, especially during intercourse. Now this is for BV. They're saying that BV may have a fishy odor, guys. BV. Didn't know that. I did not know that at all. Let me take a look at the chat. Maybe you guys will help me out. BV. B as in Victor. B as in boy and B as in Victor, Sasha Land. She said, I didn't know you can buy meds over the counter now. Yes, you can for a yeast infection. You can purchase medication over the counter. Mimi Twin says the fungus Candida albicans is responsible for most vaginal yeast infections. Mimi Twin says the fungus Candida albicans is responsible for most vaginal yeast infections, guys. And I believe she's right because it did mention the Candida. It did mention that here. Okay, so that's what the BV. B as in boy and B as in Victor. So it did not say whether or not it was transmitted or not. It just says that that it does have a discharge, and you may have a fish odor smell. Okay, so we're going to move on to the sexually transmitted one, which is called Trichomoniasis. It says of the three most common vaginal infections, Trichomonas vaginitis, also called Trichomoniasis, is the only one that is a true sexually transmitted infection. Cross says commonly called trich. It is caused by a single cell parasite, Trichomonas vaginalis, and is passed from partner to partner during intercourse. Okay, so it says it's commonly known as trich and is caused by a single cell parasite, Trichomonas vaginalis, and is passed from partner to partner during intercourse. Again, if you are sexually active, guys, and you're not protected, guess what? You need to go to the doctor. Period. You need to go to the doctor. It says the symptoms of trichomoniasis are similar to other vaginal infections: burning, irritation, redness, and swelling of the vulva with a yellow, gray, or greenish vaginal discharge, possibly with a fishy odor. Some women also experience pain during urination. So if you're having pain when you TT, okay? If you're having pain when you urinate, if you see a yellow, gray, or greenish discharge, guys, and a fishy odor, then that's something that may be transmittable that you may have gotten from your partner. Okay? Biggie says fishy smell. Absolutely. Junebug says, when I was younger, I would get yeast infections because I used to wear lots of tight leggings under my clothes, especially during the winter. Yes, ladies, sometimes depending on your undergarments, what type of undergarment you wear, it can cause you to have a yeast infection. It's not going to cause you to have the trich because guess what? You were not having intercourse at the time, right? So basically what I'm saying is that a lot of women are running around with infections and they don't know that they have an infection, a transmitted infection at that. That's a problem. And a lot of women don't know. The first thing they do is run to the store and get what? Minus that. I have a yeast infection. No, you don't know that, ma'am. You need to go to the doctor to see exactly what's going on because you've been sexually active. I'm cooking at the same time, guys. Sexually active, and you're not using protection. So that means what? It's a problem. You need to get to the doctor. Just in case. I'm not saying every man is cheating on y'all. I'm just saying that, take care of yourself and go to the doctor. Jim Bell says, plus the doctor told me to switch underwear from nylon to the cotton crotch. Right. You see that? You see what Jim Bugger said? The underwear. Mimi 12 said, wear underwear that has cotton crotch and doesn't fit too tightly. Right. Right. Absolutely, Mimi Twin. Right. You don't have to have your pants cutting you behind. You don't have to have it cutting up your behind. You know, you may have pants that's cutting you up. Cool. But as far as your undergarments, no, ma'am. No. You need to make sure that they have a cotton crotch. Let's see here. Vicky says wearing colored undergarment can give you an infection as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, some women are lucky. They have not had the joy of having a yeast infection. Okay, I call it the joy of having a yeast infection, because a yeast infection, what? It hurts. Especially when you're pregnant, it hurts. There's itching, there's burning, and there's a discharge, guys. Something that we don't want. Something that we do not want to be affiliated with. Okay. Any questions? Please put your questions in the chat, guys, if you have a question. It says that other conditions that can affect the vagina. Other common vaginal infections and causes of vaginal itching include Chlamydia vaginitis. Chlamydia vaginitis. That is another one that is kind of sneaky, like the Trichomoniasis, pretty much. And when I say tricky, it's not something like gonorrhea. Gonorrhea will tear a man into pieces. He's going to go to the doctor when he gets gonorrhea. However, with this chlamydia, a lot of times some of the guys don't know that they have these infections, guys. They don't know it. They don't know it, right? So, but with chlamydia and trick, they don't know it. But with gonorrhea, something with gonorrhea, or maybe the syphilis complex, hey, they are going to feel something there. But if they don't, guess what? You're continue to have intercourse with your partner, and here it is. All this time, he has a transmitted disease. Okay. And if you're not feeling anything, he's not feeling anything, guess what? It's just going to linger there. And that causes what? That can cause what? HPV, right? Sometimes having an infection in your body for so long can cause HPV. And we'll talk about that another time. It says here, chlamydia vaginitis. Chlamydia is a sexually transmitted disease that can cause inflammation of the vagina, guys. It says some women will have a discharge with chlamydia and some will not. If the infection spreads beyond the vagina and cervix, women may experience bleeding between periods or after vaginal intercourse, according to Planned Parenthood. So if you see some blood there, guys, after you have sexual intercourse, okay, if you see that, if you're experiencing some blood or things of that nature, guess what? You may have chlamydia. Go to the doctor. Go to Planned Parenthood. I said sexually active women up to 26 should be tested annually for chlamydia, because it so often comes with it without symptoms and can linger and do a fair amount of damage to the fertility. Okay, so they're saying that up to 26 years old, you need to be checking yourself for chlamydia, especially if you're having intercourse without protection. Hell, I'm going to say up to for life, you need to check yourself for chlamydia. Right or wrong, guys? Let me check the chat here. Hi, Sunshine Weston. How are you doing? Mimi says, bring the granny panties back. Right, guys. It's okay to wear the granny panties during the week, but if you with your mate, your man, I know you want to be sick. Okay, it's good for 30 minutes to keep them on. They're going to come off, right? But don't try not to use them during the week. I know you want to be sexy, wear your thumbs and everything. That's going to cause you to have a yeast infection, okay? Miss Vicky says, Mimi, all I wear is cotton, white cotton. Right, Vicky, that's great to wear cotton underwear because it helps you. It saves you from having a yeast infection. A yeast infection hurts, guys. Vicky says, my butt is safe until it get hot. Yes. I'm in here now with my sports bra on. It's hot as hell outside, guys. Vicky says, wearing jeans too tight will affect it. Yes. Just like tight underwear, wearing jeans can affect it too. Tight stuff on your behind can affect it as well. Some women don't know this. Some women do not know this, guys. Vicky say, drink plenty of water if your urine is too dark. Right. And I hate water. But guess what? I'm thankful I don't have no infection, no itching going on right now. Praise the Lord. But some women do. Some women do. Okay, guys, I got the steak seasoned up. I'm going to put them in some foil right now until I start this macaroni. I'm making homemade macaroni, guys. We're doing this is called a lunch and learn. How about that? Lunch and learn or dinner and learn. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Hopefully a young person can see this, guys, and learn something from it. And learn something from it. Because I was like, some women think that everything is a yeast infection. No, everything is not a yeast infection, especially if you're not having you're not protecting yourself by having intercourse. Okay, here's another way. Here it is, gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is another highly contagious sexually transmitted infection that often doesn't cause any symptoms, but can cause vaginal discharge, pain during urination, and pain during vaginal sex. So sex is not supposed to hurt, guys. Love making is not supposed to hurt. If you are in pain, go to the doctor. The final result, okay? The final result of all of this is to go to the doctor, okay? If you are experiencing pain, if you're experiencing a fishy smell, if you're experiencing anything, go to the doctor. It says here, women who have gonorrhea often also have chlamydia. Gosh, it says women that have gonorrhea often also have chlamydia. So a woman who tests positive for one of these bacterial infections will often also be treated for the other. So basically, if you come up positive for gonorrhea, they're going to treat you for gonorrhea and chlamydia. If you come up positive for chlamydia, they're going to treat you for gonorrhea as well, which is great. Because guess what, guys? It's something that can be what? Treated, right? That's a great thing. It's something that can be treated. Even though you're going to be pissed off at your mate. Hello. You're going to be pissed off at your mate. But the point is, it's something that they can get rid of, guys. Praise the Lord on that one. It says here, non-infectious vaginitis. It says non-infectious vaginitis occurs when the skin around the vagina, guys, becomes sensitive to an irritant such as a scented tampon, perfume soaps, or fabric softeners. There is not an infection, and it says this is not an infection, and the solution is simple: not to be exposed to whatever you are having a reaction to. Okay. Sorry, guys, I have my computer on the counter here in the kitchen as I'm cooking, okay? So, a scented tampon, perfume soaps, or fabric softeners can what? It can kind of like jump there a little bit, but it's not an infection. Again, it's just vaginitis. It says another form of non-infectious vaginitis is called atrophic vaginitis, and it typically occurs in when female hormone levels decrease around the time of menopause and the vaginal walls become thinner, drier, and less flexible. Who wants that? Say I if you want that. Nobody wants to have a dry area, right? You want your area to be moist, but sometimes we go through the change. People go through the change, and they're having these symptoms, guys. They're having these symptoms. So, only thing again I can say is go to the doctor. Vicky says, soon as you start having sex, protect yourself. Soon as you start having intercourse, protect yourself. Absolutely, Vicky. Money said, I'm hungry now, Marie. Yes, I'm cooking, guys. Sunshine says, wow, I didn't know you can have both at once. Yes, it's saying that if you have chlamydia, most likely you got gonorrhea, honey. And if you have gonorrhea, you may have chlamydia. It says, Junebug says, oh, them two go hand in hand. Yes, they go hand in hand. That's what they're saying. Well, they're going to treat you for both if you have one of them, Junebug. If you have chlamydia, they're going to treat you for both chlamydia and gonorrhea, vice versa. Sunshine says, remember, some guys take off the condom. Hello? Some guys will take it off, guys. They will. Dirty, but they will. And in that case, what you need to just watch it. I know we all get in the group of things and everything, but you need to kind of watch it. You got some sneaky guys out there, especially the ones that want a child, you don't. They may try to slip it out, guys. And if they do that, guess what? It's an issue. Hello. Background noise is the pots that I'm cooking in, guys, if you don't mind. Mimi said you shouldn't use panty liners because they can trap moisture and prevent airflow. Y'all hear that? Panty liners. They can trap the moisture and prevent airflow. You want the air, guys. You want the air. You want the wind to blow. You want to feel cool. Right now, I'm hot as hell in this kitchen. I'm hot. As soon as I get done, I'm going to go take a shower because I'm that hot. And being a woman of age, I'm sweating. Sunshine Weston says, lights on and pay attention. Right. Please. I know, like I said, you get in the group of things, ladies, but you really got to watch yourself because a lot of these men, they don't give a damn long as they are what? Get it to win it, right? If anyone has learned anything in here in this particular live, I hope you have learned something. especially if there's any young women that's watching this live, or if they watch future, if they watch it in the future, listen to what us women of age are telling you, that, just keep yourself checked, baby. Keep yourself checked. My daughter, same thing, took her to the doctor, but nowadays they don't have those. They don't have that anymore, where you can go to school to take the child to the doctor, which is great. We went to the eye doctor, and they took us to the clinic, okay, in high school, to let us know, hey, this is what can happen to you if you have intercourse. I want to know right quick, since there's a couple of folks in here, who went to the doctor, who was taken to the doctor at the school, by the school nurse, to have a Pap Smear and to acquire birth control and just have a talk about your body. Who has been there? Who went through their school? Because that's the first time I went. That's the first time I learned about my body. Also, I learned about the menstruation at school as well. Sunshine Webster said, I did. Yes. Who was taken to the clinic, the free clinic in high school via the school nurse? Has anyone done that? If so, put a 1 or a lip gloss in the chat so we can know if the funding was there at that time. Because now they don't have funding for that anymore. Damn, what is it safe to use anymore? Right. What is it? Hell, hardly nothing, hardly anything. Down. Anyone was taken to the doctor at school? She said, I wasn't taken by my school, but that is really needed. Yes, they used to have funding for that, but they don't do that anymore. They took us in a van to the free clinic where we took our first Pap Smear, okay? I was very nervous, but we learned about our bodies. We learned about diseases. We learned about, condoms. We learned about all that stuff, birth control. So, since some of the folks on here did not know that you're not supposed to douche, run it to your daughters. If you have a daughter, run it to your daughter. Let your daughter know, hey, you're not supposed to do this. Your body's going to automatically clean. She said, now there's HI what? PPP as in Paul. Yes. And that's what I was saying, that can cause infections down there as well. A lot of infections down there as well if you have that particular immune disease, guys. So, yes, that is true, Vicky. That is very true. But you know what? Like I said, with the gonorrhea and the other different infections, as we put it, at least there's medication to help it. And now there's medication to help that particular immune disease as well, if caught in time. So, we're blessed in this particular time. Jumbo says they don't do that anymore in school. I guess it's because of health insurance issues. Right. Or funding, right? Or funding or liabilities. Folks will try to sue the school nowadays. They sue people for anything nowadays. So folks will probably sue the school. Hey, why you took my daughter here? She's allergic to this and to that. So I guess they chose to, cut the program out. I just think it's horrible because, again, everybody does not have insurance. A lot of kids don't have insurance, especially if you're 18 years old and you're in high school. They don't have insurance or Medicaid. So therefore, unless they go to the free clinic themselves. But I just think it was great for the school nurse to take us. We felt comfortable with the school nurse. Let's see. Anyone have any questions about this live today? Anyone? There are so many different infections that you can catch, guys. I'm not going to read through all of them. I just want to go over the basic ones because, again, a lot of women are thinking, I thought I was running some, guys. A lot of women are thinking that they can, as soon as they get an itch or a burn or a tingle, it's a what? It's a yeast infection. Maria, I always enjoy you, Queen. I love you. I love you guys so much too. Say they don't do that anymore. Because since I learned from my mom in school. Yeah. See, I didn't learn from my parents. I learned from the school. Good evening, Barbara Warren. Welcome, welcome. And basically today, Barbara, we're just talking about the different infections. What are the 3 top infections that a woman can acquire having intercourse and not having intercourse? And basically a yeast infection is when, you can acquire that without having intercourse. She said, I heard people are still contracting syphilis. Oh, I'm sure people are contracting syphilis still. Sunshine. I'm sure they are, especially if they're not using protection. And again, I told you my son's father made me go to the clinic with him. I'm very grateful for that because if I didn't go to the clinic with him, then you never know. I was thankful that I didn't have anything. I was really thankful, but I'm not going to lie, guys. I was very afraid because I was young, I was very afraid. Because said we had health education class. Right. We didn't necessarily have a health education in my school, but they did talk to us and they did take us to the clinic. So it's kind of like health education, I would say. That's kind of like health education. Where's my new salt? Salt. Where is it, guys? It's the salt. Look, I'm asking y'all, where's the salt? Right now, I'm putting the macaroni into the pot for the macaroni and cheese. I just want to say good afternoon, all. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Tawana. Nice to see you. Barbara Warren said, after this, my husband, I'm sticking with my battery friend. She said she's sticking with battery friends. Right. Sometimes you have to stick with the battery friends, especially nowadays, because these guys, they don't care. And there's a lot of men, quote unquote men, they don't like to go to the doctor for nothing. Their prostate, anything to get checked. They don't like to do it. Their prostate, their colon, nothing. They're afraid. So, of course, they're not going to go for what? This, right? Unless they're burning, like it's hurt, if they're in pain. Otherwise, they're not going to go to the doctor. Vicky says, Sunshine, they've tested syphilis on our black men. Yes, I do know about that. Sasha Lynn, allegedly, I do know about that. Sasha Lynn says, I don't remember my mother saying anything to me about STS. Really? Well, my mom either, honestly, Sasha. But some girls, my girlfriends when I was growing up, their parents did. Their mothers did. Sunshine said, yes, even after penicillin. Yes. Penicillin was the top antibiotic. But again, guys, you have folks taking penicillin for common colds, for if they arm hurt, gotta need an antibiotic. But it's not good, guys. Don't take antibiotics. Do not take antibiotics if you do not have an infection. If you've been diagnosed with an infection, take the antibiotic that the doctor gave you. Don't save them. Don't continue to use them in the future because you can get superbugs. And then it's like your body will be immune to it. So don't take antibiotics for common colds. And don't let them give them to your kids either for common colds. As soon as your child goes in with a snotty nose or cough, first thing they do is give them what? Amoxicillin, right? And cough medicine. Am I right, ladies? Put a lip gloss in the chat if I'm right. Amoxicillin and cough medicine. That's what they give the kids. They don't even really check them. I can understand if they had like an upper respiratory infection, but no, they don't have an upper respiratory infection. It's called a common cold. Take care of your child, give them a little bits, give them a little hot tea, soup, chicken noodle soup, keep it moving, but don't give them antibiotics unless they have an actual infection. It's going to harm them in the future. Vicky says that Sasha, my mother had me at 16, had to marry my father. My mother was very informative. That's great, Vicky. That's wonderful. And I was very informative with my daughter. I did not play that. I wanted to make sure she was okay. I'm not going to ask anyone on here, have they ever had an infection? But I can tell you one thing. When I was pregnant, a yeast infection came up on me, honey. I was like, Mama, I got age. I can't. She said, girl, you never had a child. You got a yeast infection. Hell, I didn't know, Mama. You never told me about a yeast infection. So I went to the doctor, gave me some the diflucan, if I'm not mistaken, the one pill. That's what my son, my last son, the little bitty one. She said, yes, antibiotics is best. Yes, it's best. But like for common colds and headaches or butt aches, don't take antibiotics, guys. It's not for that. Vicky says homemaking class too. Yes, homemaking classes. Gosh, that was great in high school, was it not? And in middle school. Home economics was one of the best classes you can take. You learn how to sew, you learn how to cook, you just learn how to be a mother, a woman, domesticated, right, Vicky? They've taken that away as well. It's just sad. It's just sad. They've cut a lot of good classes, good courses for women, Now, these kids can't do nothing. They really can't. They can't even fry an egg if you haven't taught them how to fry an egg, right, ladies? They cannot even fry an egg if you haven't taught them how to fry an egg. Before we learned all that stuff in school. Sasha said, back then we just told to keep our legs closed. Right. You sure right, Sasha, man. Keep your legs closed. But when I was growing up, a lot of girls got pregnant in high school. They did. I was not a teen mom, but a lot of girls I knew were. She said they didn't have home EC in my school. Wow. Oh my God. Ooh, that was one of the best classes. That was one of the best classes, right? Home ec, because you could eat in there, right, guys? Especially if you were poor. We took home ec because we ate there. We know how to cook and we ate there. Isn't that interesting? I went to magnet school when I was young. Magnet school. So I loved it. I thought we were famed. I just knew we were famed. I took ballet and gymnastics, all that stuff, but I'm saying that if you have a child or if someone young is watching this video, just take a step back and take a look, precious, and say, hey, I have been itching. I have been running here. I have been doing this. If you have, baby, you need to go to the doctor. She said, at time, penicillin care for everything. Yes, they use penicillin and amoxicillin for everything, Vicky. Every single thing. Everything. And that's sad. That's truly sad. Anyone else have any questions about the live? How they say red ball it back, guys. We've been out here and we've been talking about these infections and, how you get them and, the different symptoms of what type of infection you probably acquired. Vicky says that Sunshine, I'm probably older than you, 60. Yeah. They call us women of age. But guess what? We know how to take care of ourselves, right? We know how to take care of ourselves. She said, cured, right. She said, I liked home ec too. I learned to sew on the machine. Oh, yes, I did too, Vicky. A couple of my girlfriends now are actually seamstress. And some of them are making their own clothes too, fashion. Because what they learned at home ec, and they just took it and added to it. And now they're doing great. Making their own clothes and making clothes to sell. They're doing great. I should have learned that part. I should have been interested in that part. But I like typing personally. Sunshine Weston says, most of my education came in college when I was forced to read about everything. Right, college, when I did go to college, Sunshine, I just thought that it was going to be similar to high school where you're sitting there and the teacher is teaching you everything. But no, ma'am. In college, you're basically what? Teaching yourself. Am I right, ladies? In college, you're teaching yourself. You're teaching yourself in college. You're not, the teacher is not there to hold your hand, basically, as I thought. But I was glad to have read, I was glad to have read all those books. Sunshine, she said, I'm 47 at Vicky. Yes. I was glad to have read all those books because, they helped me with society, period. Because, again, I was kind of antisocial. I was antisocial. And it helped me in the corporate world as well. Going to college, learning how to read all that shit, reading all that shit. It'll be tons and tons of chapters, right, guys? Vicky said, yes. Anyone else have any questions? Anyone else have a comment they'd like to say about this particular live? Again, ladies, stop using monostat thinking that you have a yeast infection when you may have something else. And I'm not trying to cheat anyone. I'm just being real. She said, I was a class clown. You were, Sunshine? Me too. I was. Oh, yes, ma'am, I was. I got my ass whooped in class in front of everybody. My mom came to the class and she whooped me in front of everybody, guys. I was so damn embarrassed. That's when I learned, bitch, you're going to get embarrassed. Again, if you cut up. Yeah, I cut up. She said, yes, Marie, I cut up. I cut up in school. I did. And my mom, she came there and whooped my ass in front of everybody. Guess what? She had no more problems. None. Zero. Hey. None. Zero. Zero, baby. Zero. Yes, indeed. Anyone have any questions? Let's see here. She said, I'm still a clown. Yes, I'm still a clown as well, Sunshine. I am. That's why I said on my live, I didn't want to, I just wanted to speak, as a, normal person instead of trying to be so formal. You get it? Trying to be, instead of being so formal, I just wanted to come on and just talk. Girl talk. Girl talk. That's what we're doing today. Girl talk. So, and this is a real girl talk because, again, women, they're using antibiotics as if it's a daily medication nowadays, and it's not. Antibiotics is not a daily medication, guys. It's not. It's something that you use if you have an infection. If you have an infection. She said, this was informative, Marie. She said, we ladies need to take care of our lady parts, right? We need to take care of our bodies, guys. We need to take care of our bodies. And we need, because if you don't, if it's in there lingering, guess what? It can lead to all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. And I'm not sure what fibroids come from, fibroid tumors come from, but hopefully this is not one of the things that lead to it. Because if it's so, it's sad because, folks didn't know. Women didn't know. Women did not know that they did not need to douche. Some women did not know that. So now you know, ladies. She said, stop using that cover-up spray wipes, etc. It's all wrong for you. Right. Stop putting those Norforms in you, ladies. All those different type of suppositories and stuff. You should be smelling good naturally. You should not need anything there to help you smell well down below. If you don't smell well down below, guess what? It's a problem. It is a problem. And I'm thankful you guys joined me today. I'm thankful. Right now, I'm going to finish cooking, guys. If you have any questions, please go back to the video. Go back through the video if you have questions, and I would try my best to put the article up here so you guys can take a look at it. She said, stop using that cover sprays and white. She said, yes, it is. Right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. She said, waste of money. It is a waste of money. All those different types of Norforms and stuff you stick up yourself and you douche and all that. It is a waste of money because it's not going to work. It's only going to cause harm to your area, your private area, guys. She said, Sunshine, I didn't go to college. I went to a college of hands. I'm like, I heard that, Vicky. Vicky, all those classes are now things of the past. Right. Right. They are things of the past. But again, college, it was a great experience. I was an older person when I went to college. I was an older woman when I went to college. And again, I just thought that I was going to sit in the class and let the teacher teach me every little thing. But guess what? You had to read and teach. Basically, college, you're teaching yourself. You're teaching yourself. Sunshine said, I went to both, Vicky. Vicky said parents would beat your butt in school. Oh, yes. Corporal punishment. That's not, I used to get my butt toe up in school. I'm saying that board, oh my God. Vicky says, Sunshine, I didn't go to college. I went to a college of hands-on life. That's right. Sunshine Weston says street smarts as well. Yes, it's okay to have book sense, but if you don't have no street sense and little common sense to go with it, guess what? You may just fail. I'm sorry. You may just fail. If you don't have those two things, a little book sense and a street sense, you need those to go hand in hand. Like they said with the gonorrhea and the chlamydia, you get treated for both. You need common sense, street sense, and book sense to make it in this world. But honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. Street sense and common sense can get you a long way. Because I do not have a degree in accounting, and I was promoted. Guess what? Those women they were pissed that I got promoted. They felt like, why is she being promoted into our position and she does not have a degree? But it's called knowing what the hell you're doing, ma'am. That's what it's called. Hands-on, knowing what the hell you're doing. Experience, honey. That's what it's called. Yes. Sunshine West said, yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Sunshine Weston, she loves the live. She loves communicating, and I love that. Again, I'm nervous coming out here, but guess what? I want my sisters to know what's going on. Eve says, she said, Eve, really? Let me look that up and go eat my pineapple. Where is it? Yes, because I heard about the pineapple. You eat pineapple, it makes the private area smell like pineapple. Absolutely. She said, using my street and book smarts. Yes, Sunshine. Yes. They say if you eat that pineapple, honey, and that comes from Nurse Niecy, if I'm not mistaken. Nurse Niecy said if you eat pineapple, your thing will smell like pineapple. Mm-hmm. Your thing will smell like pineapple, honey. And if that's the case, let's all gather up and raise money for pineapples for everyone. Okay? Let's do it. Raise pineapples for everyone. Let's do it. What y'all say? Hello. Okay, I'm going to open these elbow noodles, guys, and I'm going to put them in the boil. I'm going to put them in the boil here. I mean, I'm so hot, y'all. I said, oh, hell no. Okay, I don't want no makeup on. I don't want no wig on. And I don't want no clothes on, okay? When it's hot like this, right? Yeah, I got a little sports bra and some little shorts, Shit, it's too hot. Hell, I didn't want to cook. Pineapples, guys. Pineapples for everyone. Vicky say, Sunshine, that's what I'm talking about, Queen. Yes. She said, I want to try my mom's butter roll recipe. That sounds great. Butter roll? Whew. That sounds awesome. Sounds good. That butter roll. Damn. You know, that's something I've never made with a recipe is bread. I've never baked my own bread. Never. I would love to try that. Now, I make chicken and dumplings from scratch, but I've never made bread from scratch. So we got to get over here and do that together, guys. Gotta get another bag of aloe noodles. We're making a big pan of what? Homemade macaroni and cheese, guys. Let's cut up. Let's cut up. Let's cut up. Shit. You know, the girl with the tampon, guys, that was crazy, right? I was so shocked. I was like, oh my Jesus. And when I tell y'all it lit up that room, it lit it up. It lit it up. It did. It lit that room up, straight up. So not the macaroni, but it's boiling, guys. You say, damn, or you sound like you throwing it down in the kitchen. Yes, I'm making this for my sons. I'm making them a ribeye, right? Yes. And I'm making them homemade macaroni and cheese. I like to cook this meal, usually on Sundays sometimes. I'm making homemade macaroni and cheese. And I said I was going to make candy yams. I think I still will make candy yams, but I really want some cabbage, guys. Some cabbage and cornbread. What y'all say? Put a lip gloss in the chat. You want that meal. So I might just break out some cabbage and go and put some cabbage on, you know. But I'm gonna make. I decided to put some candy yams with it to kind of have like a sweet with it, guys. Yes, Vicky, to have like a sweet with it for my sons. They gonna dog that out. Oh yes, they gonna dog it out with their greedy asses. They greedy down. She said, Marie, the boys are home. Yes, they are. My other son is at work. He'll be back here shortly. Oh yeah, he should be here in a minute now. It's after 6. But my son that just finished college, he's home. E-Money said chicken and dumplings. Jesus, I'm really hungry now. Yes, E-Money, I can get down on chicken and dumplings. It's good to make it with hen, and you have to make the dumplings from scratch, guys. Don't use those damn biscuits, please. Don't do it. It's a sin. Don't use biscuits, guys. She said, I don't know how to do emojis yet. You know, I barely know how to do emojis, Sunshine. I really do. I barely know how to do an emoji. I do. I barely know how to do an emoji. Yes, ma'am. Yes, chicken and dumplings. Eve, I need to make you some, honey, and mail them to you. I can get down on some chicken and dumplings for you. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, ma'am, I can. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out some mushrooms, guys, onions, and red bell pepper to go over this steak. Okay? Mushrooms, bell peppers, and onions. Got the mushroom, my red bell pepper, and onion. Hey, Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. Guys, please like the video. Please like the video, guys. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please share the video if you like to share the video, and support the channel if you like to support the channel. It'd be great. Anyone else have any comments, guys? Anyone else have any comments? Anyone else have any comments? Let's see here. Jumba, Vicky, you too. Do the same. Yes, we love Vicky. She said, Marie, has your youngest son asked to be on live with you lately? LOL, he's so cute. Yes, he's bad. He always wants to be on live. And my oldest son, we actually are going to do the interview. Safari, are we going to do the interview tomorrow? Because I'm busy today. You know, I'm cooking. So you want to do it mañana? Tomorrow's Sunday, and I think it'd be a great day to bring the interview out. So we're going to do the interview. My baby's here, and he does not mind doing the interview. And I think it would just be great, especially if you have kids that's going into college or that's coming out of college, you know, just to see, you know, what their future endeavors are, what they plan to do, how do they feel, you know? The little bitty one, he bad to the bone, I told y'all. Vicky says, at Sunshine, there's a smiley face on your phone. Tap it and emojis will appear. You hear that, Sunshine? Lipstick. Lipstick. I would just type in lipstick and it will pop up the lipstick, the lip gloss. Yes. Thank you so much, Sunshine. I appreciate it. Yes. Don't make us start cutting out because we would get down on a block party. Don't make us do the folio. Let's see. Sunshine, yes. So it looks like folks are leaving the chat at this time. I do need to focus on my cooking, right? See, I like talking and yapping my mouth at the same time, but I'm cooking for my babies. If you have any comments, guys, or any questions, please leave it in the comment. Please comment. Like the video, guys. Please like the video. Share the video and support the channel if you can. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm going to get off here and I guess finish cooking for my babies. Sweet potatoes, cabbage, damn. Yes, that's what I'm cooking. Yes. Cornbread. I'm going to show y'all a picture of it, honey. I'm going to show y'all a picture of that. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to show y'all a picture. Sunshine said, found it. Thanks. Yes, you found it. That's great, Sunshine. On Instagram, I did put the ingredients of everything that I'm cooking today for my babies. And I was just basically saying, the way to get a husband, okay, it's not the price, but the way to get a husband is through his stomach, guys. If you know how to cook and feed that man well, and he's financially ready to take care of you, hello. Thank you, Monique. Thank you so much. We will enjoy it, and I will put a picture up for you guys. Thank you guys for joining the live again. I really appreciate it. Okay. Hopefully somebody has learned something from this live. And again, we just want to come in here real and raw. She said, now I want cabbage and cornbread. Y'all smash it in there, Sasha, and then back it up with a what? Fat Coca-Cola. No, we're not supposed to be drinking that. Okay. But we're going to drink one a day. Okay. And I would dedicate this meal to all of y'all. Thank you. She said, enjoy a long, safe weekend, everyone. You too, June Bug. Thank you for joining me on the live. I appreciate it, precious. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Everyone have a great weekend. The next live we're going to do, guys, it's going to be talking about the empty nest. But what I wanted to do first is interview my son, and then I will bring that live to you. Sunshine, what's say good night? I learned something. Great. Thank you so much, Sunshine. Thank you all. Hit the like button. Everyone have a wonderful what? Night. Have a great night. Hit the like button. Do what we need to do. And double check if you're subscribed, guys. Please double check if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We need those subscribers, okay? Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your night. I love you all. And besos a todos. Bye, everyone.